Hey bros, it's Jay-Kess here and welcome to another episode of FAQ Friday. This is a video series where I research questions I find and give my opinion on them. You can send me a question by commenting on this video or messaging me on Facebook and Twitter. Before we begin, I want to let you know that I'm going to put all the links to the videos and articles for my research in the description below. There will be 4 things that we're going to talk about here today. Number 1, the technical test server that I tried out this week and my thoughts on it. Number 2, Ubisoft has put out a new operator survey as a part of Operation Health. 3, this really cool Twitch drone crosshair improvement idea I found on Reddit. And lastly, a glitch fix priority list that is on the Ubisoft forum that you may not have heard about. So here we go. So Ubisoft posted on the Rainbow Six Siege page what they were going to do for this week's technical test server. They said that they've been partitioning all their CPU usage so that there's going to be these new servers that are going to come out. They call them updated or upgraded servers. And what they're going to do is provide their promise on a tick rate of a 60 hit reg. And I tried the technical test server this week. And boy, will I tell you, it's a smooth ride. Literally, I played for about 3 hours, normal servers, ranked, then casual, and I had a good friend. He and I were playing, kept talking about hit reg, pings, and all these things. We were having weird things going on, lagging issues. I switched over to the technical test server, and I did not see anything. Now, you could argue maybe there was less people playing, but I'm telling you, these new servers, this is going to be something nice. Moreover, Macy J, I follow him on Twitter. He's one of the very big streamers and YouTubers for Rainbow Six Siege, and to quote him, he said, "I must say the new servers on the technical test server actually makes the game feel much smoother. Can't wait for it to hit the main game." And me too, I love that tweet, and I'm gonna say I'm loving the new servers. You gotta check it out whenever they drop their technical test servers. I think this is a good opportunity so you can know firsthand what they're actually trying to improve on the game. So the second topic for today is that Ubisoft has this new operator survey for Operation Health. I'm going to share it with you guys. This is my first time looking at it. I'm going to go through it, give my response. I just want you guys to have this healthy dialogue with me and go fill out the survey as well. So let's jump right into it. Who is your personal favorite attacker? Okay, I did a video a couple weeks ago saying my favorite operators and such. You can check out that video. But if I had to narrow it down to one favorite attacker, oh, it's got to be Hibana. It's really close between Hibana and Twitch. I love me some Twitch. But Hibana is who I'm using right now. It's that 3-speed operator going on. Who do you think is the strongest attacker? Well, we all know about Ashe mains. I wouldn't say she's the strongest one, but she is the one that gets like picked number 1 between her and Hibana in the Pro League. Who do you think is the best attacker for new players? Pick up to 3. Ooh, I love it when people ask me this sort of question because you're like, oh, I gotta save up my renown. Who am I gonna give it to? Sledge that. Sledge is good for soft walls. You want to be able to breach with him very well. You're going to then want to go either Hibana or THERMITE because THERMITE is a key operator that is not a part of the DLC. He'll be much cheaper, so go with THERMITE. So now you can open up reinforced walls. Okay, lastly, I'm going to say if you want to be a good supporter as an operator, use Thatcher. You'll learn how to use his EMP grenades because you're going to be having to work with a THERMITE. And if these are your very first attacking operators, you're going to do that. Now, if you want to be Ashe and run really fast and do well, pick her. But I'm thinking if you're a new player, use these guys because the biggest thing about Rainbow Six Siege is using the destructibility and understanding how that plays into multiplayer. Who do you think is the weakest attacker? Okay, well, everyone talks about buff BLITZ. I'm going to say BLITZ at this moment because he's being underutilized. His pick rate is down. I can't say he's the weakest. Okay, BLITZ would have been the weakest before they switched the hitboxes. So it's a toss-up right now. I'm going to say right now BLITZ needs some buffing. Who do you think are the worst attackers for new players? I'm going to say right off the bat, Fuse. People are going to fuse that hostage right off the bat. I'm going to say BLITZ as well because they're going to get too used to that shield and be all over the place until he gets improved. I'm going to say JACKAL. Okay, here's my reasoning for JACKAL. You can't use his ability in Terrorist Hunt at all. He's got decent weapons and stuff, but you're not going to be able to use him in the learning environment to learn the maps. And he's supposed to be an anti-roamer. If you're using him in a match, people are going to possibly want you to use other utility rather than JACKAL. So as a new player, you would have to get used to how to use his whole tracking ability. Okay, who is your favorite defender? Oh boy, man, right now I love me some Mute and I love me some Frost. I'm gonna say Mute. But Pulse is really good for me right now. Okay, I like Mute because of how he looks, and using his ability, you really can mesh well with the rest of the group. And I'm going to pick Mute, but it's really close with Pulse. I'm starting to learn how to use Pulse, and he's really satisfying when you're able to give all your communication to your teammates to know where the enemy is coming from. Who do you think is the strongest defender? Lord Chanka. No, Jaeger. You're gonna have to say Toxic Jaeger, just because people use his 3 speed. I'm not gonna say he's the strongest, but right now he's the #1 pick rate practically in your ranked matches. In Pro League, it's gonna be Smoke, but Smoke needs to have good teammates to help reinforce the walls and keep him protected. Who do you think are the best defenders for new players? Okay, if you're a defender and you're starting right off the bat, you got to get your anchors. So I'm going to tell you, pick up a Rook. Learn your job to help your team. Just put down the armor right off the bat. Pick up Duck. It'll help you get used to helping out your teammates in the healing mechanic. And then you're going to want your Jaeger, because that's your 3 speed, getting used to how barbed wire works, and roaming around the map. Who do you think is the weakest defender? I'm going to say that the weakest defender right now is Tachanka. He's already been buffed. He's got a shield, but for right now, he's weak in that if anybody knows how to counter him, he's easily countered. So I know, don't hate on me for throwing shade on the Lord, but Tachanka right now is the most vulnerable. Who do you think are the worst defenders for new players? Select up to 3. Okay, new players should not place castle until they understand how to funnel guys around the map. Don't pick Tachanka, as I just said, because you're going to be sitting duck unless you know how to cover your back. I'm also going to say Echo. Echo needs to survive to like the end of a round in order to be effective on bomb defusals. For Protect the Hostage, it'll be a little bit different, but you still have to be around there until they get on objective. And for Secure the Area, it's going to be weird unless you're at the entry point of a doorway. You're going to have to be very aware of how to use him around the map and not get shot, because you're going to be on your drone the whole time. Do you feel Siege is well balanced at the moment? I want to shoot this out to you guys. Fill out the survey. Let them know. Do you feel Siege is well balanced at the moment? It is not perfect or near perfect. It is going to be good, but improvements could be made. I have to come out and say I've had a generally okay experience with Siege. I haven't had all the problems other people have made because I don't spend nearly as much time. It does need improvement on the servers. That's the biggest thing. Do you plan to buy the Year 2 Season Pass, or bought it already? Yes, I bought it already. I do not regret it. I support the devs. Well, let's submit. And I'm going to put this link in the description below for you guys. Take the time, let Ubisoft know, because a lot of people are complaining, hey, they're not talking to us, they're not saying anything. Well, now that you know how to talk with them, do it, and they're going to enjoy hearing our responses. Okay, the third point is about this Twitch drone crosshair improvement idea, which was suggested by Seduvidal. And he says, it would be nice if the Twitch drone cursor would turn red when it was out of range of a camera. And a lot of people agree, you take a lot of shots on these cameras and you miss. Why not just have it so you can tell and judge the distance? Guys like Lyricum and Aquatic Lettuce jumped on and had a slightly different view where they said, hey, why not we also have a toggle option so that when the prep phase ends and the action phase begins, you go seamlessly through that transition still on your drone. Whereas currently, when those phase ends, everyone comes off their drone, and I love hunting drones on defense when this happens because they freeze for a few moments and you can shoot them before they get back on their drone. So I think this would be cool. 2 things. Have a cursor that kind of lets you know when things are in range or out of range when you're trying to go for cameras. And then 2, having a toggle option on all drones so that you can go straight through the prep phase into the action phase without having to jump off your drone. Speaking of Twitch drone, let's get into the 4th topic of today. Ubisoft has released on their forum a poll that talks about what glitches need to be prioritized in the fix. As they promise Operation Health, Phase 3 would deal with the majority of the bugs as they sprint to fix them. Now, I don't know why I couldn't vote on this poll. I was encouraged to go to the survey by another YouTuber, which I'm going to introduce in a moment here, but I can't vote, and it seems like only 21 people have voted. The current outcry by the people is fix the Valkyrie cam glitches. Fix them! On Bank, there's this terrible glitch. A lot of people have given it attention, and it needs to be fixed. Now, drone glitches is way down there. It is not getting a lot of attention. But this brings me to the Dangleberries. They just released a video where they talked about drone glitches, game-breaking glitches. I'm going to put that link in the description and check that out, because their call to action is that unless we talk about these glitches, Ubisoft may not know about them. And if this is the part of Operation Health where they're trying to improve these bugs and glitches and fix them, we got to step up and yell out to Ubisoft. So check out that video. There are about 6 drone glitches that they showed in which you can pretty much view the entire map with your drone. On plane, there's an area for your Twitch drone to go out anywhere on the map. You can still Twitch people. Like, you can shock people anywhere on the map, even though you're like 20 feet below them in the abyss beneath the plane. So that's got to be fixed. And that's it for today's FAQ Friday. I know it seemed like there might have been some negativity there at the end of the video, but people have been crying out to Ubisoft to have more communication. Even when I gave my review of Operation Health a few weeks ago, I said, hey, it's a 5.5, they're okay, but there needs to be a lot more communication. They're starting to do that. I'm getting them up to a 7. Now, they're only going to get any higher if they actually fulfill the promises, and I think they will. I have faith that by the end of August, we're going to have an amazing game, and people are going to be able to forgive and forget the 6 months of no new content because they had to delay the Hong Kong DLC. So let me know what you thought about what was discussed today. What do you think about the surveys or the glitches? Check out those videos. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you'd like to send me a question, send a comment below or message me on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, fam, peace.